Hello, I'm back to make fun of another Hitlerite Fascist Black Metal song. Today I'm going to be looking at the lyrics of Coldhatred by Curse of Malice. Curse of Malice was a band that was active between 2021 and 2022. Since the band split, it seems that at least one former member, Nightwalk, is still active, focusing solely on Dod Ice Noin, a depressive black metal band, which he has performed in since 2020. Curse of Malice hail from the US state of Texas, which is where I live. Their main themes are anti-communism, antisemitism, and Hitlerism, or as Hitlerites call it, National Socialism. The song Coldhatred is the second of 4 tracks from their sole EP, The Death of Stalingrad, released on December 1st, 2021, independently and digitally, limited to just 10 copies worldwide. The song is 4 minutes and 29 seconds. Known lineup consists of Imperial, who performed as guitarist, bassist, drummer, and contributed drum programming. Lord of Death performed as the vocalist. Before we jump in, a quick warning that this song contains a certain homophobic slur. Proceed at your own risk. So this time I actually got the chance to take in some of those good riffs that reactionary metal fans are turned on to HFBM by. This song particularly, at least, was okay. At best. Nice beat, but nothing that made me stand up from my seat and start windmilling. The riffs, by the way, I think you heard in just that short clip, but the production is awful. Imperial seems to just pick a chord and strum it a few times before picking another chord to repeat the process. Not impressed. If this is what constitutes as good to you, look up Carashul from Brazil and have your mind blown. Oh, but no. It's only good if it's made by fascists. Anyway, Curse of Malice speak about how the modern world is dominated by brainwashed fools who are eating up the lies fed to them by the mainstream media. Interesting, right? You half expect them to tear into the military-industrial complex, and this idea that you succeed by pulling yourself up by your bootstraps. That is, until you hear this line. Who is? Seriously, name one fucking person that has tried to stop you from living your way of life. If your way of life is discriminating against racial minorities and homosexuals and harassing them, then yes, absolutely, your way of life should be erased. Trying to ruin someone else's life simply because their skin is a different color from yours, and advocating for the erasure of the homosexual way of life, and you're crying because why? Because your way of life is being criticized? I don't know what you see in the media that makes you think your way of life is under attack, because I mostly ever see sympathy for white supremacy and apartheid regimes, as well as attempts to manufacture consent for needless imperialist wars. The people you might receive any actual pushback from are commoners that have managed to pull their heads out of their asses, but that's about it. Liberals seem to tolerate white supremacy outside of just speaking against it. Let's continue. This might have been relevant if you were writing this in 1066, but I don't think ancient Norse tribes knew how to speak English, or even knew what Abrahamic was. And I don't think they identified themselves as pagan, assuming that's the type of pagan you're even talking about. There's all kinds of different paganisms out there, but seeing as how you guys identify as National Socialists, and how the Third Reich co-opted ancient Norse symbolism, I'm going to assume that Norse paganism is what you're referring to here. I also find it funny that you speak of the pagan way of life as though people of the Abrahamic pantheon want to destroy it. They already did, about 958 years ago. You two live in a country that's 67% Christian, 2% Judaic, and 0.8% Muslim. Do you truly, in your heart, believe in Odin and Valhalla or whatever? If so, start a local cult or something, I don't fucking know. Though I honestly believe that this whole Norse thing that Hitlerites like to do is just a front to attract worshippers of the Aesir, who are desperate enough to free themselves from religious persecution, that they would subscribe to an ethno-nationalist political ideology, only to find themselves at the end of a gun with Gott mit uns etched into the barrel. Let's continue. Yeah, you like imagining that, don't you? Weirdo. And before anyone accuses me of kink shaming, I have a few fantasies myself that you would consider rather spicy. Who knows? Some of those fantasies might have something to do with feet. You You say this as someone who has been sold on the lie of conservatism, perhaps to the point that you believe in regressivism. This world, not to mention our species, cannot afford to not progress. And maybe you've already accepted this fact, but the planet is changing. The air is being polluted. Ice caps are melting. The oceans are being littered with trash. Temperatures are rising. This gets bad enough, and your supposed superior race will die off, along with every other human and just about every other life form that exists on Earth. The culprit? Corporations, capitalists, and the politicians, governments, and news agencies that allow and enable them to destroy the environment. The only people that are brainwashed are people that listen to propaganda outlets like Fox News, CNN, and OAN. And the ones destined to die are the humans and animals. Every single one of us. This part just made me laugh. They come so close to getting it, but then immediately fall back into racial sectarianism. It's not greed, it's not settler colonialism, it's people not caring enough about their heritage. Don't get me wrong, I understand that nationalism can be followed within a leftist context, but these buffoons aren't leftists. And woke. I never hear this word outside of conservatives bitching that a company or a film studio is paying lip service to diversity. Okay, well, I think I've spent long enough on this. Said all I wanted to say about this song. What do you guys think of this? I personally think that they have some misplaced animosity. They seem to harbor hatred for the elite, but have a skewed perception of who the elite are and what they stand for. Maybe they were hit with a reality check, and that's why they're no longer active. It would stand to reason, with Nightwalk still playing for a DSBM band, that they've pulled out of the fascist ideology, but we're not properly educated on why neoliberalism is still the problem, thus giving way to doomerism. If that's the case, I hope these people are able to find the right path and disown their pasts as fascist sympathizers. I hope that they are able to research socialism, lay down their genocidal bloodthirst, and fight the elite in the name of destroying class society and emancipating the common class. And that is where I'm going to drop the mic. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to click thumbs up, share it with your friends, leave your thoughts in the comments below, and please subscribe for more content like this, as there will be more, and click the bell to get notified when I upload. Thank you for watching, and I'll be back soon with another video. Bye, guys.